Hey guys, yo, what's up, and welcome to another round of Jump Inside Gaming news, where we give you all the best bits of news related in gaming in the past fortnight. Now, without no further ado, my name is Seb, and let's get started. Xbox has reached an agreement with Crash Bandicoot Spyro dev Toys for Bob for their new game. Xbox and Toys for Bob for their first game as an independent studio. However, he stopped short of describing exactly what it will be, although he did say something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, it will be similar to games Toys for Bob has made in the past. Okay, so this first one's really cool. I really like this one. This one's Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. I haven't played either of them in ages. I absolutely love Crash Bandicoot. I've played Spyro a very few times in my life, and every time I've even touched it, I very much enjoyed playing it. I think the last time I played Spyro was about 13 years ago, and the last time I played Crash Bandicoot was probably like ages ago in the PlayStation era when it was very first created. I think I played it around that time, so that's where those games lie for me. However, if they are games that are going to start getting back into action again, they are games that I'm going to consider checking out, and I'm absolutely can't wait to find out if those games are going to come back in cycle. If they are creating new games, then I really hope that we get more Crash Bandicoot and more Spyro games as the future continues, because those games are awesome and I would love to see those games continue. But don't update the style. That classic cool style is where you're at, so don't go too far into updating all that and try making them modern. I love that old crispy style of Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Keep them the way they are. I absolutely love them. Anyway, without no further ado, let's continue with the next piece of news. StarWars Battlefront is now out on PS4 and PS5. Play the classic Star Wars Battlefront game on modern consoles, online and offline, in this complete classic collection. So yes, they're bringing out the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, and they're bringing it to modern consoles. I'm so excited. This is a good thing. This is a good game. I have played this ages back when it was around, it first got released. I used to play this all the time. This was generally one of my favorite Star Wars games out. Like, generally there were Star Wars games around that time and they were really good, but this one took the crown. This is the one that everyone played constantly, and I absolutely loved this game. This is amazing. I'm so glad they've brought it now and updated it and all that kind of stuff, and it feels so good that they've now brought this to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Now, I haven't actually played this game yet, but I've watched a few segments of video on this, and I'm really excited for what they've actually done. They've actually updated certain graphics in this, but they haven't actually fully messed around with any portion of it. It still remains that lovely, if you remember it, it's a very capture the flag type game, but it's kind of like you capture a checkpoint, and then every time you capture a checkpoint, that checkpoint is yours, and then your team can start spawning there and catch the next one. However, that last checkpoint is always the hardest one to get, if you remember that very rightly, except it's a whole army of soldiers. You play as a whole army of soldiers in this game. And for that game back then, that was awesome. And bringing it today, like, generally it's one of the only games that is as good and is done exactly the way they've built it. It's a Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. It's a game I want to check out at some point. I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to checking that game out. Anyway, moving on with the next piece of news. Close Cities is a relaxing puzzler that will awaken your inner architect. Building cities and conquering kingdoms sounds like quite a daunting task, but what if you could do it relaxingly? Say hello to Close Cities, a calming puzzle game for Android and iOS, designed by indie developers Guano and Mateo. It's the perfect title to unleash your inner architect. You know what? I wasn't quite sure if I was going to mention this, but I actually watched the game, and it actually looks quite inventive. It's on your Android and iOS. It's a game. It's Close Cities, and it looks really, really good. Now, the game itself is it's a game where you have to build different cities and build rivers and not completely touch cities with another city. So you have to have a task to create like 5 different cities or something without each city touching each other and without crossing water path or something. So yeah, it's a game like that. It's interesting. There's a whole video on it if you want to watch the video. I've left a link again, like all the other links. I've left a link down in the description to what this game is all about. I like the look of it. I haven't got it. I haven't downloaded it. I might do later actually because it looks really fun. In fact, I think I will, but I will just give you an update right now that that game is on Android and iOS if you want to check that out. It's Close Cities, and I will see you guys after the next piece of news that is happening now. Introducing Steam Families. When you join a Steam family, you automatically gain access to the shareable games that your family members own, and they will also be able to access the shareable titles in your library. Next time you log into Steam, this new family library will appear in the left column of a subsection of your games list. You maintain ownership of your current titles, and when you purchase a new game, it will show up in your collection. And this is the big one. This is Steam Families. I'm really excited about this. Basically, it seems like a really cool game sharing platform idea. So you and 6 other friends could join like a shareable family, and each person could buy games. Those games go into that section, and then anyone out of the 6 of you could play that game. So it's kind of like going like, you've got a group of 6 of you, and anytime someone buys a game from that group of 6, everyone in that group of 6 has access to it, even though that you, if you are the one that brought it, you have priority access to it. But it's a nice way of going, right, if you want 6 games on PC, each of you could buy a different game, and then you could all enjoy different stories together. It's a nice way of doing it. I'm not quite sure how that plays out or what happens to that when you do multiplayer games. I don't think that you can all play the same game at the same time. I wouldn't imagine that was a thing. Accordingly, that's what Steam have posted. If you want to read more on that post and understand a little bit more, then you can check that out. Again, like I said before, I've left all the links to all the pieces of news articles I've read out in the description down below. If you want to go check them out and, read about them, you can do. Anyway, without no further ado, I'm going to end the video right there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on another Jump Inside Gaming video. Goodbye.